L, the Baltimore Ravens not want to hear you say, "What's up, dummy?"
What's up, dummy?
Yeah.
Told my man Bishop, I said, hold my phone. Last week, Najee Harris took my flag on national TV, right? Guess who the joke's on?
You! Trippy's going to the playoffs. Najee's going to be home on the couch.
That's right.
Hello? Come on, Najee. Come snatch this, Najee. Hello? Take this.
That's right.
So we're here in Baltimore, Maryland, with the greatest, biggest Baltimore Ravens fan, TrippyKicka. I appreciate you joining.
Appreciate you, my guy.
He has about 30,000 followers on TikTok and social media icon, has all these fan interactions with Odell, Lamar, Dobbins. Yeah, we're going to get into some of it, so I appreciate it. So I have one question. So how did you start with all this content?
Well, actually, I mean, I always been like a loud person. It all started like a couple years ago. Like I said, I always was recording videos, but it all started like 2 years ago, week 1 in New York. Like the TikTok video went viral. And like I said, I posted on TikTok, and when I was at work, a lot of people was tagging me on Instagram, and I'm like, what's going on? And I didn't realize that the NFL had like a top 5 fan reactions of week 1. And I think I was like number 2 or 3, something like that. And like fans was just tagging me. It was just dope. Like I said, shout out to the NFL for posting that. I felt like that gave me like more like, you know, so that's how it happened. And then ever since that, it's just crazy because I had fans. They be like, hey, I'm always on the radio. It's so funny. I was just in Walmart, right? And this officer just kept looking at me. He was like, what's your name? I said, Trip. He's like, hey, man, I always hear you on the radio. So, like, it's just love when you go out and people say, hey, I listen to you on the radio. I love your content, stuff like that. So I just, you know, try to make the fans happy. Then you got to realize a lot of fans, they can't make it to the games. So I try to give them, like, what's going on. You know, like, show them how stuff is done. You know, talk to the coaches, the players, you know, different stuff like that. So the fans love it. And, they say I should start my own podcast, but actually I got a podcast already with my guys, Will, Drew, Jake, Max, Grant. It's called Zone 32. Y'all should check it out. I'll let you check it out.
Make sure to tap in, Zone 32. Will be in the description. That's really cool. So you were were you born here in Baltimore?
Yeah, I was born in Baltimore.
Born in Baltimore. Okay. When was your first game that you watched?
Damn. Man, to be honest with you, I'm not even gonna sit here and lie. I can't really remember because I was little. But like I said, I used to live in Jamaica. I moved in Jamaica in 99. I mean, not 99, I'm sorry. 96 to 99. So, you know, the Ravens came here in 96. But I always been like an Orioles fan. My grandfather used to always take me to the Orioles game. So, of course, we finally got our football team. Because, you know, when the Colts left, I wasn't even born yet. So I don't know nothing about the Colts. I like kind of get mad when fans be like, oh, you a Baltimore Colt? And I'm like, how am I a Baltimore Colt when I wasn't even here to witness anything? You see what I'm saying? So I just look at it like, so I just say, hey, I've been a fan since 96. Might not remember some of them games, 'cause I did miss 3 years, but ever since that, came back, and then came back in 99, we won the Super Bowl in 2000.
So you got to watch that 2000 Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Ooh, how was that?
It was great. Actually, I was at my grandmother's house. I never forget that day. I was at my grandmother's house. We was watching the Super Bowl. It might have not been as lit as it was like the recent Super Bowl or like any other Super Bowl parties, but just to watch the team, because like it was so much going on. You had the Ray Lewis situation, and you know he kept saying he wanted to make it back home, and then we was just dominating, man. Like our defense, it was just like all 11 men was like contributing, you know what I mean? Like attacking, you know what I mean? Everybody was just doing them, and like everything was just playing out. Cause I remember me being that young, I always remember the Tennessee Titans was like one of our biggest rivalry. And we had to end up playing them again. And then we had to play the Raiders in the AFC Championship game when a lot of people was doubting us. I'll never forget, they was doubting us. They really thought we was gonna lose that game, and we came out there and you saw what happened. Then the Super Bowl, the Giants, they scored 7. I think the score was, 34-7, something like that?
Yeah.
But it's so crazy because their only touchdown was a special teams touchdown.
Yeah, that defense was rolling. Like,
Yeah.
that whole playoffs, it was like 3 points, 6 points, and then 7. Like,
and then, my bad, not to cut you off. The thing that I loved about it, because I don't know if you saw the bully for bully, the 30 for 30.
Yeah, of course.
Now, they finally was showing like little clips that we never saw. Like, for instance, remember, Tony Banks was our starting quarterback. Then we went on a drought where as though we couldn't score. I remember it was a one dude on the news saying, "I'm not coming off the roof until we score."
I saw that. Yeah.
And it's crazy when they showed that, because I remember when I was little, I remember them showing it on TV, like, "Hey, this dude's on the roof. He not coming down." And then we made the we made the transition to Trent Dilford. And I didn't really know too much about Trent Dilford. Like, as I got older, I started like, like, I know he played for Tampa Bay. He was a little decent, but he had his ups and downs. And watching Ray Lewis come to him and say, "Man, just give us 10 points. That's all we need." Now, the leader of your defense come and say, "Just give me 10 points. That's all you need." That mean the defense going to do their thing, you know what I mean? And it was just, everything just played their part. Shannon Sharp, you know what I mean? Like, it was just, that was one of the best I'm not gonna say the best Super Bowl, but that was our first Super Bowl, so it's something to witness. And like I said, I was at my grandmother's house watching it. After it was over, it was funny. Me and my mom, my brother was riding home. Like I said, I was still little. So it's like, it's crazy. You downtown, people getting out their car, dancing. I went to school the next day. I think we were supposed to go to the parade, but I don't know why we didn't go. But it was so crazy because I went to a Catholic school. And it was crazy because we had the principal saying, "What time is it? Game time." Any dog, you know what I mean? We was singing that. So it was just like a vibe for real. I'm sorry. Yeah. And I'm just waiting for another failing like that again. But the thing that I'm upset with, I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't go to the first parade, didn't go to the second parade. I didn't go to the second parade because I just started a job, and I'm like, I don't want to miss the first day. So that's like on my bucket list. Like, I gotta make it to a parade this year. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
that's a crazy feeling, because I was in 4th grade in 2012. That was when we won our first Super Bowl. Like, my first game that I ever watched was Ravens Broncos divisional game, and that was insane. I still think that's the greatest game ever played. It was
for sure. And don't get me wrong, I ain't gonna say I was worried, but if you recall, I think we played the Broncos like week 15 that year, and the Broncos like blew us out.
Yeah, we got smoked.
I never forget, like, the Baltimore Sun had a picture of Flacco, like, because he threw a pick 6, and I guess Flacco was trying to make the tackle, and Flacco was just like on his back. And all you saw him on his back, like, you probably would have thought he was dead. You know what I'm saying? And that's all I kept thinking to myself, like, if we lost like this, although I had faith in the Ravens though, but you know how it is in the playoffs, the mile high, you know what I mean? The conditions up there is like different, the breathing and stuff like that. But Torrey Smith came out there, was burning Champ Bailey. I just knew it, but then it was a back and forth thing, and then we had to settle down. I think actually we went in overtime that game, right?
Yeah, double OT. That team was just so good. Like, I still think it's like the best game ever played. Like, you have 35-35 double OT, had 2 punt returns, had a punt return, a kick return, game-winning kick, tied 35-yard, 70-yard touchdown. You know, Jacoby Jones, mile high miracle. Like, it was just so special.
Yeah, that was dope, man. Shout out to Joe Flacco for that, man. Because I feel like if he didn't, and hey, Jacoby Jones too, because don't get me wrong, at one point, Jacoby Jones had a little dropping problem. You know what I mean? So I know a lot of fans probably was looking like, whoa, but he caught it, and thank God for that catch, because ain't no telling what probably would have happened. You know what I mean? We probably just had 1 Super Bowl, but we still got 2, so working on that 3rd one.
When they drafted Joe Flacco from 2008 to 2012, like, their offense was pretty good. But the thing I'm wondering is, like that after that Super Bowl from like 2001 to like 2007, really, how was it watching the Ravens? Because I know like they weren't really that good. Like, they had a couple years where they won the division, but you know they didn't do nothing. And I just remember they had a revolving door at QB. They had like Redmond, Steve McNair, like, yeah, that was rough.
Yeah, like before Flacco came, we had some, like, to be honest with you, the best quarterback before Flacco probably was Steve McNair. We went like 13-1, I think, or something in 1. But we lost to the Colts. And I never forget that game. I think it was like 9-6-15 or something. Whatever it was basically was like a field goal game. It was just back and forth field goals, and we couldn't score no points. Now, Tony Banks, he was mid. Then I remember we had Jeff Blake, Chris Redmond. Who else we had? Oh, we had Anthony Wright. Anthony Wright, he wasn't a bad quarterback. I remember he led us against the Seahawks that game. That game was lit too.
Kyle Bowler was there too.
Kyle Bowler. Ooh.
Yeah, just a bunch
I
of
mean, I
no-names.
guess, like I said, I'm a fan of every player. Like, I'm not going to sit there and say, oh, he was the best. He was okay, but he wasn't worth the first round draft pick. I always tell people, man, thank God we had 2 first round draft picks that year because we drafted Terrell Suggs in that draft too. So Kyle Bowler, I don't even know where he at right now, but you know what I mean? Like, it was just, he was alright, but it was just like, I don't know. I felt like the Ravens, to be honest with you, I think they was just hyped because he was a quarterback that threw off his knees like 70-something yards, something like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But to be honest with you, I really wanted Brian Leftwich. And I felt like the Ravens was going to get him, but it was something going on between the Vikings and the Jaguars, something about the late pick. And, you know, back then I think they used to skip I don't know if I'm wrong or not. I think they used to skip the pick. So I guess the Vikings ran out of time and the Jaguars jumped up. They grabbed him. Then I think we traded with the Vikings. Then we got Suggs. Then we, you know what I mean, came back. And then we got Kyle Bowler. But I mean, hey, I mean, like I said, every first round draft pick you get is not going to be up to par. It's how many players you know that got drafted number 1 was a bust. You know what I mean? So
Exactly. That's why I loved Ozzie Newsome. Like, you could literally pick, like, he would pick every single good player in the first round every time. You could just guarantee that he would just, you know, deliver every single time. So
yeah.
it was just really cool. But and then just getting like the starter. Maybe some people say he's the greatest QB in Ravens history, Joe Flacco. Do you think he's the greatest, or would you put Lamar over that?
Ooh, I'm gonna be honest with you, right? Lamar is definitely up there, but I gotta give it to Flacco because the thing is, right? Flacco won a Super Bowl. You get what I'm saying? Yes, Lamar do have 2 MVPs, which is a plus. But I feel like once Lamar get that Super Bowl, he's going to be the best quarterback in Ravens history. You see what I'm saying? Because he got the 2 MVPs, and he's just dynamic for real. And then his records speak for itself. I think the difference between Flacco and Lamar, now I don't like to compare him or nothing because, like, Lamar, that's my guy. Love him to death. You know what's up. You know what I mean? But the difference is, like, and it's crazy because I was just talking to some fans in a Twitter space, and it's so crazy when you bring up certain topics, like the fan base go crazy. You got the one dude saying, it was a crazy question. And I mean, to be honest with you, I would have chose Lamar. Lamar. He said, if you had to choose a quarterback to win a game or a winning drive, who would you choose, Joe Burrow or Lamar? And, you know, everybody was saying Lamar, and then just went in the uproar, and then he bust out, I choose Joe Flacco. Now, the thing that I love about Joe Flacco, right, the difference between Joe Flacco and Lamar, I feel like Lamar is a great regular season quarterback. When it comes to the regular season, he can perform. Now Joe Flacco, his regular season was like up and down. But it's like when he goes to the playoffs, he turned it up a notch. Because you got to think about it. Joe Flacco, rookie year, he took the Ravens to the AFC Championship game. I think a lot of Raven fans forget that. We was that close. If he ain't throw that interception to Troy, we probably would have been in the Super Bowl. He probably, you know what I mean? We probably would have had the Super Bowl that year. And then it's just something different about Flacco. Like, it's just like when the playoffs come, he just turn it on. Not saying that Lamar can't do that, because I feel like after last year, I feel like Lamar gonna turn it up. Because I look at it like this, right? The last 2 years, Lamar was hurt. We did go to the playoffs against the Bengals. But, you know, Tyler Huntley fumbled, cost us a game. Don't even want to talk about that because I was actually at that game. And like I said, I was talking so much stuff. I actually was live. I was just ready to shut the Bengal fans up because they was behind me talking so much crap. You know what I mean? But we fumbled. They got it. You know what I mean? But Lamar, remember last year, a lot of people kept saying, can Lamar make it out of the divisional round? They kept thinking about 2019. So I'm pretty sure this year, because everybody know we're good regular, we're going to make the playoffs. We're going to win 10 more games. Now, the question is, if we make it back to the AFC Championship game, a lot of people are going to be saying, can Lamar get over that hump? And I feel like he's going to try to prove people wrong. You know, get what I'm saying? Just like the divisional round. So I feel like it's just a next step up. Get what I'm saying? So
Yeah, no, that's very true. I mean, I've always hated when they talk about like Lamar as like a playoff choker and all that stuff. Like, he's had like a lot of good games in the playoffs. Like 2018 Chargers, you can kind of throw that out, but he even almost engineered a fourth quarter comeback. He had 2 touchdowns in the fourth, and he got strip sacked. And if we would have had that, we would have won that.
I just think that go back to that Chargers game, because you gotta think about it. We played the Chargers early in that season, and we like blew them out.
Yeah.
And when I was at that game, I realized they had like an extra DB in the game to spy on Lamar. So if Lamar still was a rookie, yeah, although he had a couple games, if you just spy on him, it's kind of hard. You know what I mean? And to be honest with you, I don't even remember who our receivers was. What? John Brown,
Willie Snead, Michael Crabtree.
Because I think he threw a touchdown to Michael Crabtree.
Yeah.
But by then it was just too late. You know what I mean? Like, because the Chargers really ain't do nothing like big to supposed to like beat us for real. But you know, things happened, and you saw what happened as his full time as the starter. What, 14-2, number 1 seed. Although we lost to the Titans, hey. But I always tell people this, right? And I'm glad this is on recording, right? One thing, like, it's nothing against the other 31 teams. Whenever the Ravens lose, it's always the Ravens beat themselves. It's always something small that we do, whereas though it's all, like, for instance, the championship game. Some people will say, we should have ran the ball more, which is understandable, but let's be honest with you. Even when we ran the ball, it's just like, you got to execute. If you ever hear John Harbaugh, he always say execute. Like, you got some fans, they'll cry about the play calling suck, but you'll never hear the players say that, because guess what? If me and you in the huddle and you the quarterback and the coach calls a play, we might not like it, right? But we know our ability, we could be able to perform and execute. You see what I'm saying? So that's how I look at it. You know what I mean? So
that's very true. Like everyone's saying we need to run, but you have an MVP and you have Lamar, like, who's already a proven passer. So, like, watching the game, I had no problem with their game plan and them passing as much as they did. Obviously, you would hope that you would have a lot of running, like more runs in the game. But I mean, the plays were there. Like, you look at the first touchdown of the game, 40-yard touchdown to Zay Flowers,
perfect
touchdown, and then even with Zay Flowers, like, getting close into the end zone and stuff like that. So I mean, I think the game plan was there, and it's just once you play like a really good team like that, like in Kansas City, it's like you have to be perfect unless you're not gonna win, because they always. People like Mahomes, people like Brady, they always get the job done no matter what, and it's low-key scary.
Right, and it just, like I said, it just be the small detail things that they work on, you know what I mean? Like, I always say people, like, the final score was what, 17-10? If I was in the market or something, somebody would have been like, hey, Trippy, y'all gonna lose 17-10, but they told me that the Chiefs gonna score 17 points in the first half, I wouldn't believe it. Because, like, halftime, I'm not going to say worried. I was just more worried, like, man, we need to score. My homeboy was like, man, chill, Trippy, we good. And I really thought, especially after the last game, it was 10-10. Remember the divisional game? I was at the bank. It was kind of quiet against the Texans. And I know why it was quiet. Some fans probably going to deny it, but they was a little worried. They're like, oh, here we go again. You get what I'm saying? Back to 2019. And Lamar just came out there and started dominating. And to be honest with you, that second half domination, I just knew we was going to win the Super Bowl that year. You get what I'm saying? But stuff happened. But one thing I can say is I like how the defense performed, though, because some people probably thought they was going to blow us out. And, yeah, we lost, but it wasn't a blowout. We only lost by, 7 points? And we should have won that game. And what hurts me is, right, although we had, like, some ups and downs, yeah, Lamar did overthrow some players. He missed some wide open passes. The offensive line wasn't blocking. It just bothered me when some fans say, if Zay Flowers never fumbled, we would, which is understandable. But one thing I realized, right, you just got to give Snead credit. That was just a good defensive play. You know what I mean? Because any defensive player would have been like, oh, he about to score, I'm going to give up. But that's just so smart. He came over there and punched the ball out. And what I respect about Zay is, although, yeah, I do feel like Zay could have just protected the ball and ran in. But we was losing. Zay was trying to just do something for us to win. You know what I mean? Just trying to get us on the board. You know what I mean? So it is what it is, man. I just hope we bounce back this year, man.
Man, I hope so too. But we just lost so many players, bro.
Yeah, and see, that's the and this is my question. This is my saying for this year. how can the Ravens team this year be better than the team last year? Because if you think about it, this was one of the best teams we ever had in Ravens history. I'm talking about from quarterback to kicker, whatever, second string, third, you know what I mean? And I always was telling people, because I actually predicted that we was going to go 13-4 the first day of training camp. And we're going to go, and the AFC is going to come through the bank, which happened. Only thing was when we win the Super Bowl. But I'm just trying to figure out how can we be able to, like, yeah, we lost a couple players like Patrick Queen, but we got Trent Simpson that can replace him. We lost Clowney, but I feel like David Ajabo, always, it's time for them to step up. You see what I'm saying? We lost Odell. Hey, Bateman, it's your time to shine. You see what I'm saying? Bateman, Nelson Aguilar. So, I mean, like I said, we lost. Oh, but the biggest loss, I think the biggest loss on the team is Mike McDonald.
That was your guy.
That was my guy.
Every video, every day, every game, I'd always see y'all dapping up and everything.
Yeah. It still feel kind of funny, but like I said, I'm cool with Zach Orr too. I've always been cool with Zach Orr since he been a Raven. It's just something about like when I first saw Zach Orr, I'm like, cause he had 45 at first, and I'm like, who's this Orr dude? Like he's everywhere preseason, he's everywhere, he tackling, this. I'm saying, man, this man gonna make the team, and then he just started making a name for himself, and then. You know, he was an all-pro, started doing his thing. Then, you know, he had the little neck injury, which I was hurt about. But, see, that's why I respect the Ravens, because if you listen to his story, Ozzie called him and said, hey, man, I got a position for you. You see what I'm saying? So that was pretty dope. And now look at him. He the defensive coordinator. And one thing I've realized, like, he might have his ups and downs, just like Mike had his ups and downs. I remember Mike, we played the Jets that one game. It was a decent game. Then we lost against the Dolphins. Remember, we had that little streak where though we was up and we just kept losing. Like, we'd get a score up. But Mike started doing his thing, you know what I mean? So I feel like Zach, yes, he might have his ups and downs, but at the same time, he used to play for the Ravens, so he can relate to him, you know what I mean? And then if you always watch The Wires, Zach was always hype. You know what I mean? He was always hype, and sometimes you need that type of coach that can relate to the players, you know what I mean? So I feel like he going to be decent. Zach gonna be a head coach in the next 2-3 years. I said, I really said, just like Mike. It only took Mike 2 years to be a head coach. So we gonna see, and it's perfect that we started off against Kansas City. So now we can really see, like, yeah, even it's gonna be like I said, it's gonna be some mistakes happening, but it's perfect to play against the Chiefs, whereas though we can see what we need, cause like they the champs. And, like, I always tell people on Twitter, like, to be honest with you, all them other AFC teams, I'm not worried about y'all. I'm more worried about the Chiefs. You see what I'm saying? So I want to see how we match up against them week 1, and then we can go back. And because 9 times out of 10, we're going to see them in the playoffs again. It's either going to be in KC or Baltimore again. So I just want to see how we match up with them.
Yeah, I'm not really worried about any other team. I mean, Buffalo was a little bit, but I'm good.
I'm worried about Buffalo. To be honest with you, man, Buffalo ain't making the playoff. I think Buffalo going to finish in the basement this year.
Yeah. Miami, they got better.
You got Miami, the Jets.
Oh, yeah.
And I know a lot of people sleeping on the Patriots, but they had a top 5 defense last year. And their problem was the quarterback. So not saying Drake May can come in and be dynamic, but if he could be a little decent, it'll work. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, man, that's crazy. But, like, wait, but the Mike McDonald, how did y'all, like, get that relationship?
All right, so what happened was, like I said, I'm a super fan, but I'm for the people. So what I do is, like, if I go on Twitter, I just analyze certain tweets and what people say, and I just put it into my own, like, head, and I just come off with it. So what happened was, the first ever time I met Mike, I think it was the Thursday night game against the Bengals. So I saw him come up, and like I said, I can't remember our record, but we was giving up, like, we had leads and we was giving them up. So that was like the national media saying, like, can the Ravens hold the lead, this and that. So I saw Mike coming up with his fiance, Stephanie. Shout out to Stephanie. So I say, hey, Mike, come here, Mike. You know what I mean? I probably did sound a little aggressive, but I was like, come here, Mike, let me talk to you, Mike. I say, hey, Mike. I forgot how I said it, but I was like, hey, Mike, I said, come on now, Mike. We can't keep doing this, Mike, man. Come on, we gotta get it together. He said, I got you, man. I got you. So when he was I said, hey, Mike, the night's the night, Mike. You know why? It's prime time. I think we was like 18-2 on prime time, or 17-2. I said, let's make it 18-2. And you know the way how I say 2 is so funny. So everybody on Twitter was like 2, and all that. And then we just started having a relationship after that. Relationship after that. Relationship after that. Relationship after that. Like every week he'll come, we'll have a little talk. And shout out to WJZ News, because they always they did like a little special farewell thing, like all the videos when I was talking to Mike and stuff. It was pretty dope though. Like I said, I was hurt that he left, but at the same time I'm happy for him, because like that's a part of the game. You know what I mean? Like you play good, you coach good, you get a job. And that's what the Ravens do. Like Mike ain't the first defensive coordinator that left for a head coaching job. You know what I mean? You got Chuck Pagano. Well, Wink never got a head coaching job, but he did interview for a lot of them. Dean Pease, Dean Pease, he was like an assistant coach.
Yeah.
But Rex Ryan. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Rex Ryan.
Greg Williams.
No, hold up, Greg Williams ain't play for us.
No.
You talking about Greg Roman.
So I'm
you talking about Greg Roman. Greg Roman.
Yeah, Greg Roman.
Yeah, but that's one thing about it. So if you always realize like and we lost a lot of coaches this year. We lost the DB coach. He's the defensive coordinator in Tennessee now. We lost my guy Anthony Weaver. You know, he used to be a Raven. So I always, you know what I mean? He with the Dolphins now. Who else? Can't think of nobody else now. Yeah. But like I said, they went from a lower position, like basically a position coach, now they the DC. You see what I'm saying? So now we just gonna see next man up. We got my man Chuck Smith, Dr. Rush. Cool dude, man. I like Chuck. Chuck, he gonna work with them defensive ends this year. We still got, I can't even think of his name. It's a linebackers coach. It'll come back to me though. But like I said though, a lot of them coaches that's here now, they was like basically under like assistants. So now they get their time to shine. So we just gonna see. And like I said, my bad, not to switch topics. My thing was, right, what I always said, even if we lose Mike, as long as we sign Meta BK back, he's on the front four. We got Roquan, he's in the middle. We got Kyle Hamilton, he in the back end. That's 3 all pros right there. You see what I'm saying? So now we could just build around them. We got Van Noy back. Trent, like I said, Trent Simpson, I feel like he gonna be a baller.
Yeah.
And the thing about that is, I try to tell Raven fans is, let's like for instance, when we drafted Patrick Queen, right, he a linebacker. What is the Ravens known for? When you think of linebacker, who the first person you think of?
Ray Lewis.
Ray Lewis. So a lot of people anybody that get drafted by the Ravens, not saying he gonna be Ray Lewis, but they wanted him to like play like Ray Lewis. You see what I'm saying? And the thing about Patrick Queen is, and shout out to Patrick Queen, although he went to the Steelers, that's still my guy. It was just that he had to play. He jumped in straight in as a rookie. The thing about Trent Simpson is he ain't had to jump in straight in as a rookie. You know what I mean? So I feel like him being next to Rowe, he gonna learn a lot. And plus he fast quick. I mean, we saw a couple glimpses the last regular season game against the Steelers. So I feel like he gonna build off of that.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. And I didn't even realize, we still got Marlon Humphrey, Marcus Williams on the safety, and then we also got Kyle Hamilton as well.
Brandon Stevens.
Yeah, and as long as we have Lamar, we're winning games. So I think, I was nervous. I didn't think we were ever going to get back, but now talking with you, I'm like, we still got it. And as long as we got Harbaugh, like we just need structure. So as long as we got Harbaugh up there, and then we got Lamar, and then we got some key pieces on defense, it's just the Chiefs.
To be honest with you, like, it sounds crazy saying this. I'm more worried about the offense. Now, not saying like they can't perform, because I know what they can do. I'm talking about like Todd Monken was saying, we need to start faster. I do feel like we need to start faster. Because like with these players, we got Lamar, Derrick Henry, Zay Flowers, Nelson Aguilar, Likely, Mark Andrews, Bateman. You get what I'm saying? Like they superstars in my book on the offense. So why not try to start fast? Because I'm looking at it like, if we start fast, bro, why not? If we can get like a 21-point lead, why not just keep piling up numbers? Especially if the defense shutting out the offense. You get what I'm saying? So we gonna see though. That's just like, for instance, like we played Kansas City week 1. Now I'm saying this on the interview. I don't wanna. My thing is, and this is my opinion, I don't want to like week 1. I don't want just Derrick Henry run.
We got Derrick Henry too. I totally
You know what I'm
forgot.
saying? Yeah, we got Derrick Henry. My thing is, I want to see what the passing game can do. Because like I said, 9 times out of 10, we might see Kansas City again. So now we need to see where's though how week 1 looking. Even if it ain't good, even if it's bad, at least we can get an idea, well, we need to work on this. I want to see more deep passing. You know what I mean? Like, I never, like, we hardly go deep a lot. I feel like we only go deep, like, when we losing. You know what I mean? So I'd rather us, like, start going deep. Like, we got the athletes. Find somebody go deep. You got Mark Andrews over the middle. Likely, Derrick Henry. You see what I'm saying? It's so many playmakers where though something gotta give this year. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I totally agree. I just hope, like, I thought Odell was going to be the answer because I was hyped. But, like, just watching the games, like, he just wasn't really in. So, like, and I felt like they could have used him a lot more. And
yeah, I said the same thing. Like, I mean, especially in the AFC Championship game, he only had 1 catch, which I still don't understand. But this is just my opinion, and maybe you might agree and people listening. I just think the Odell signing was more to lure Lamar back. You get what I'm saying? Like, look, get him back here in Baltimore. Because you think about it, we signed him first, and a lot of fans were saying, who will throw Odell the ball? You get what I'm saying? Then we signed LJ back, and then the rest is history. But, I mean, he had one thing I can say about Odell, at least he stayed healthy. I mean, he didn't play every game. I think he missed like 1 or 2 games. But he was healthy. You know what I mean?
And he was a great character too. Like, imagine like being on that stardom and everything and then not getting the targets that you're used to. Like, especially like he had the ability, but it's also like the Ravens scheme is to run, you know, and have only 1 or 2 receivers. Right. You know, so like to be able to be like, all right, you know, we're winning, you know, I'm gonna do what's best for the team. That's just a lot of maturity for him, you know. So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so I really appreciate him, appreciate his time. I wish he was still on the team.
I definitely appreciate his time because, like, you know, usually when you get like them superstars, because like you guys, like, don't get me wrong, you got some Raven players on the team, they don't even want to speak, sign autographs, nothing.
Yeah.
But one thing I respect about Odell, man, like, even like, because, you know, the Ravens, they got certain players like Lamar. Who else? I think it was like Lamar and OBJ. Like, it's certain players that don't come through the regular entrance, the players' entrance. You know what I'm saying? So, because I remember when Lamar was a rookie, man, I'm talking about Lamar probably used to be out there for like 30 minutes to the point, I guess they stopped it. But Odell, one thing about Odell, whenever he drove by, he always stopped and say, "What's up, Trippy?" I never forget. And I remember that last home game, it's kind of crazy because, you know, my favorite saying is hello.
Hello.
And when I was talking to Odell, I'm like, "Yeah, man, you ready for the playoffs?" He was like, "Yeah, you already know, man. Super Bowl run. Hello." And it kind of threw me off because I'm like, "Oh, he said hello." So that's the show, like, they be watching my videos and stuff like that. And I respect him for that. It's kind of funny because he played for the Dolphins now, but I always said to myself, like, I wonder if I see him out in public, would he recognize me? But I'm pretty sure he would. You feel what I'm saying? So,
nah, he already knows you, bro.
That's dope, so.
Like, I saw that one clip where you're like, with the "What's up, dummy?"
Yeah.
That was so funny.
Now, I don't get me wrong, like, I said the Ravens flop, but like I said, I just feel like I just go off the brain. So I remember, like, I always said to myself, because you gotta remember when I went to the first day of training camp, I was talking to him. He was kind of making fun of my accent, and the sports reporter asked him. He was like, "Yeah, some dude was taught somebody to go back and say dude, you, and all that." So when I saw him at the open practice, I just came up with something like, "Hey, Ravens flop. Hey, Odell, the Ravens flop. Why don't you say what's up, dummy?" And he said it. So it was just like dope, just, you know what I mean? So it was just a vibe for real. Maybe I might get Derrick Henry said this year or something. I don't know.
Nah, you got to. He definitely gonna do it too. But yeah, now Odell, he was entrenched in the culture, and like with the Parkeye strut, the "What's up, dummy?" Everything, man.
Yup, and him and my guy Shaggy was cool. Shaggy and Flash.
Yeah.
Yup, he did the Parkeye strut when he scored on his birthday. It was funny because I called that play out. Shout out my man Lil Key. He do little interviews too, and he always say, give out a person that you think gonna score this week. And I say, yeah, I think Odell gonna score this week. And I said it on the radio all week because it's his birthday. And I'd be damned if he ain't score. Then he bust out the little Parkeye strut, and the crowd went crazy. So it was pretty dope, man. I'm just glad I got to meet him while here because, like I said, when he played for the Giants, Odell was, don't get me wrong, Odell used to torch the Ravens. I think every team he played for, I'm talking about Giants torched us, Browns torched us. Who else? Rams torched us. You see what I'm saying?
For the game too. Oh man,
Yep.
4th and goal. No, but his best game was against the Ravens, 2016.
Yeah, that was dope. I never forget that because I think we still had Ladarius Webb and all of them. I'm talking about he was gone. Boy, nobody catch him.
Yeah,
He was pretty dope, man.
But
That's something I could tell my kids like, hey, Odell paid for him, or when he retire, or whatever, or get in the Hall of Fame, or whatever it is. I could be like, damn, I remember meeting him. I met his dad, his mom. They pretty cool. Yeah. See, I try to like, although I'm cool with the players too, it's kind of crazy when family members come to me and be like, hey, I watch your TikToks, I follow you, and it's just love. Like, you know what I mean? I just love it. I try to like build a relationship outside of football with the players. That's why I'm still cool with Patrick Queen, Geno Stone, although they play for the James Prochet, although they play for the division opponent. You got James Prochet, Snoop, they play for the Browns. Geno play for the Bengals. I'm cool with his stepfather, his mom. Patrick Queen, I'm cool with his family. You see what I'm saying? So I just try to keep it. That's why, you know, some fans, they be mad. Like, Trippy, why you still following? I got to tell them, like, at the end of the day, man, I think although us as fans, we beef with each other. Oh, F the Steelers. Oh, the Bengals stuck, this and that. At the end of the day, you always hear NFL players say it's a brotherhood. You get what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it's still a brotherhood. Although they might be beefing or whatever, it's still a brotherhood. So I just try to look at it like outside of football, I still got a relationship with him, like Morgan Moses. Don't get me wrong, I was upset when he got traded. You know what I mean? I text him. First thing I did was text him. And then he just was like, he just had like that wow look. You know what I mean? I guess he was shocked because he just literally said he was texting Derrick Henry when we signed him. Like, let's get to work. You know what I mean? But I still talk to them and stuff. I just, like I said, I try to build a relationship outside of football because you never know what might happen. They're not going to play football forever. You know what I mean? So that's how I look at it.
Exactly. Yeah, you have that positive impact. That's what I like about you. And then, like, you're not just doing it for clicks, you know, like trying to get people mad and try to get all the viral clips. No, you're trying to, like, make a connection with them.
Yeah, and I always tell people, I don't try to go, because like I said, I got plenty of videos that I never post before. You see what I'm saying? Like, I just post certain ones. I just try to get the fans engagement with like what's going on. Like, for instance, I'm gonna tell you a story, right? So when Greg Roman was still here, like I said, I know some fans didn't like him. A couple guys on my podcast don't like him. You see what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I'm a fan and I'm positive. So I might be like, all right, Greg, gotta get it together. You know what I mean? But I had this one fan. I don't know if you saw the video that was going viral. Like, F you, Greg. Get him out of here and all. Like, I'm talking about it was going viral. Like, the same dude that did that video, he sent it to me that night. It was like, can you post this? And I ignored him. I wasn't going to post that. Because one thing about me, like, at the end of the day, the man need his job. And like I said, it wasn't a problem when we was winning at first, but now all of it, it's like every time we lose, get rid of him. It's the same thing with John Harbaugh. I love John Harbaugh. Sometimes I might not like, the only thing I don't like about John Harbaugh, I'm going to be honest with you, I don't like when he throws certain challenging flags. That's the only thing. But other than that, I feel like he's a good leader, man. He's a great coach. You know, some fans want to get rid of him. But let's be real. What coach can come in here and take over and do the same thing? It might get worse. You see what I'm saying? So, you know, people be like, oh, EDC not going to get rid of John Harbaugh, they next door neighbors. I'm pretty sure EDC been living there before John Harbaugh was, you know what I mean? So it's like why does that matter? You see what I'm saying? But you know how some fans is. Some fans, they think they know it all. They want to be right. I mean, let's just see what it is. Because John Harbaugh, if you think about it, when John Harbaugh first came in, if you listen to some of them veterans that used to be here, it was a lot of stuff he was trying to change, and they just had to get with the program. You see what I'm saying? So that's how I look at it. Everything not gonna be perfect. You know what I mean? Like Andy Reid, what's his name? Belichick. Belichick, I feel like is one of the best head coach, but he ain't win every Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, wow. Peyton Manning was a great quarterback. How many Super Bowls he got? Tom Brady ain't win all his Super Bowls. Tom Brady probably could have had 10 Super Bowls now, but he only got, what, like 5, 6, I think? So that's how I look at it. But I try not to feed into some of that stuff, though, because, like I said, I got a positive name. Like, I'm basically like a voice for the city, so it's certain stuff I wouldn't post. Like, for instance, the other day I was like, I just tweeted, like, I don't know how I feel about the new uniforms, and fans was like, oh, Trippy, you geeking, you tripping, this and that. And I'm like, I never said I don't like. I just said I don't know how I feel about them. Maybe I just gotta see them in person. But I do feel like they're dope. They pretty fire. But I just gotta see, you know what I mean, how they look in person. You know, sometimes like you ever like look at something like shoes online and stuff, and you be like, I don't know. But when you finally get them, you be like, wow, it looks better. You know what I mean? It look better in person. So what I'm saying. So that's how I look at it.
Yeah, no, exactly. And yeah, I love how you voice your opinion and you're not afraid about it. But like, there are, out of all like your player interactions, you have a lot of positive ones, but there is some negative ones, including Marlon Humphrey. Why he blocked you on Twitter? Why is that?
All right, so I'm gonna tell you why. This the only thing I can think of, right? I'm gonna be honest with you. So I think it was the Thursday night game against the Bengals. So I saw these girls. I'm like, hey, let me get a picture with you. So I didn't know if Marlon Humphrey was messing with one of them, but I used to always see them together like after the game. So when I went to New Orleans for the Saints game, I saw the same girl. I'm like, hey, let me get a picture. But that girl that Marlon was with was like, hey, come here. Like, don't go over there. So I was joking with her like, what Marlon told you this or that? So what happened was, you remember Tannehill ran Marlon Humphrey over that game?
Oh, yeah.
So, you know, Baltimore, they got this term like, we always say dumbass and all that. So what I did was, I think Lamar did the longest yard clip. I can't remember. It was a Stone Cold Steve Austin or something. So I was in the mentions like, yeah, Marlon got his dumb ass ran over. But it was just a Baltimore term. It wasn't like I was trying to be, you know what I mean? So when I was bored with my play, I said, let me check my tweets. I saw he blocked me. But what's so funny is Lacey DeCasa, the GM of the Ravens GM wife, she was like, hey, Marlon, Trippy's a good egg, something. And he was like, I just don't want to, he said, I just don't want him on my timeline. But it wasn't like he was following me. So I guess by all the Raven fans tweeting me and stuff, he probably just got tired of me saying it. But like I said, we cool though. He wished me a happy birthday last year. I mean, hey, he even gave me a shout out on his podcast.
Yeah, I watched
that. You saw that? Yeah. So, hey, that was dope. So, it is what it is. But like I said, I'm cool with his mom, his father, his sisters, and all of them. They cool. So, it is what it is, man. Sometimes I do talk a lot of stuff to him, though. You know what I mean? It's all jokes, though. I mean, hopefully one day I can get on his podcast. I think that'd be dope because a lot of Raven fans, they say, man, you and Marlon should have like a little interview together. I think that'd be dope.
Yeah, no, they need to get you on that Punchline podcast. Jack Settleman, if you're watching, we need to see Trippy on there.
Yeah, actually, Jack Settleman followed me on Twitter, too. So when you see this, Jack, we got to set that up, Jack. Yeah. It'd be 20 minutes. It ain't got to be a whole hour. Just 20 minutes, man, you know? But Marlon cool, though. Marlon cool. Although he blocked me on Twitter. He not the only one, though, but it's cool.
Yeah, that's cool. At least y'all gotta get it together. But yeah, no, but yeah, I like how y'all kind of figured that out. So, and then he wish you a happy birthday and everything. So, yeah, it's not. I don't think it's that bad. So
yeah, it ain't that bad.
Yeah, but the one thing I need to get on is the Najee one. That one was crazy, and I love the Baltimore accent. Like, the guess who the joke's on? You. Yeah. Like, oh my god.
I never forget that, man. He took my flag
on national television.
On national TV.
So how did that start?
So what happened was, I'm gonna be honest with you. See, like I said, I do photography, and I had took my I was in the smoking section. And my camera fell out my bag. And I literally just bought, it's crazy because this lens that I bought it when I went to Cincinnati. You know, you go to Facebook Marketplace and I'm like, this is a nice deal for it. Let me buy this. You know what I mean? I can work with it. And I was getting some dope pictures with it. And then, but it had the glass lens. So it cracked. And by then I was just kind of out of the game. I was out of it. Then they you know, they started slowly but surely coming back. Like, I was out of it. I didn't even want to take pictures no more. Like, when Najee Harris scored, I probably would have got that picture, like HD clear. So when I think I was sitting in like row 3, 4. So when they scored, I was trying to you know, when you go like this with your flag, it start twisting up. So I was trying to hurry up and go like this, and he just snatched it. And I'm like, no, he didn't. Knowing me, a lot of fans, it's so funny how, like, now that it happened, a lot of fans was like, oh, I would have jumped on the field. But like I said, I'm a big Ravens fan. I wouldn't never do nothing like that. You know what I mean? Like it's crazy. Like, all right, he took my flag. It's cool. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of fans were saying, "Oh, you mad?" Actually, I wasn't mad. I was going viral. Not saying I like going viral. You know what I'm saying? But it's like you got to look at it now, cause this dude did this Steelers Ravens like rivalry like video, and they had me in there. Like, you see what I'm saying? So it's like now it's a part of the rivalry. Now I'm definitely a part of the rivalry. You know what I mean? So can't wait to see Najee Harris. You know what I mean? See if he gonna take my flag again. But like I said, it was dope. It was pretty dope for real. But like I said, when he took my flag and I went to Cincinnati that week, the following week, I told my man Bishop, I said, "Oh, the Steelers." I said, "Hold up," because we was walking back to the car. This was after the Bengals game. Did we? Matter of fact, I think we lost. Yeah, we lost that game. Did we lose to the Bengals? Week 18, or did we win? I can't remember, but I know we. But I know right? I know the following week we went back to Cincinnati. But anyway, told my man Bishop, I said, "Hold my phone." I said, "Last week Najee Harris took my flag on national TV, right? Guess who the joke's on? You. Trippy's going to the playoff. Najee gonna be home on the couch." You know what I mean? And then it just went viral, and it's so funny, right? Because I had this one Steelers fan, and I'm still trying to find him, right? Because I want to have a conversation with him, like, how you feel now? Because he like basically tagged that video like a duel. You know, you could do the duel on TikTok. Mm-hmm. So what he did was he was like, "Yeah, you're worried about Najee Harris, something, and you're about to lose your starting quarterback." So when we signed Lamar, I was going to take that same clip and what's the name, but for some reason I can't find him no more. You see what I'm saying?
He deleted the video. That's why.
Yeah, but like I said, it was all fun and games, man. Like to this day, people still comment on that. I guarantee if I check my Twitter, my TikToks right now, somebody probably saying, "But y'all lost to the Chiefs." But that was a whole year after. You see what I'm saying? But like I said, it's just fun. It's fun interacting with other fans. You know what I mean? We ain't gotta get violent, just talk a lot of shit. You know what I mean? But still, just talk stuff about our teams. Like for instance, right? And it's crazy. Let me say one more thing. It's crazy because like I give Buffalo Bill fans the blues on Twitter every time. I say, "Man, how y'all go to 4 Super Bowls straight and didn't win one?" You know what the first thing come out their mouth? Lamar Jackson's 2-4. But I always tell them this, right? Although I want Lamar to win a Super Bowl, guess what? If Lamar never win a Super Bowl for the Ravens, I'm still going to be good because guess what? I saw my team win 2 Super Bowls. I'm like, y'all went to 4 straight, couldn't win 1. You know what I'm saying? So they always try to bring up that Lamar thing. But I'm sure Lamar going to get us a Super Bowl. I feel it. I just feel it. It's coming.
100%.
It's coming. I feel it.
The one thing, though, I saw something that Odell said, like, he never, like, pictured that the Ravens would not win a Super Bowl last year. And it was the same thing. Like, we beat every single good team. And I'm like, I remember, I think it was, after we beat the Texans, I got the ticket for the parade. And I was calling friends. I'm like, all right, I'm going to be at the parade. And I got my flight and everything. And then when we lost to the Chiefs, it was like, dang, like, the season's over? Like, it was, like, in shock. Like, me and him, we were driving back from Dallas. And I was just like, bro, I couldn't believe it. I was like, dang, the season's really over.
It definitely hurt, man. I ain't going to lie. I was crying. It hurt because it's just like, especially to lose like that. Now, don't get me wrong. I know this might sound crazy. Now, if we would have lost like on a game-winning field goal, I probably wouldn't have been that mad. But for us to play like that and lose, like, mind you, this was our lowest scoring game ever this season. Like, look how we did the 49ers Christmas. Who was expecting that? Look how we did the Dolphins.
That was one of my favorite games I've ever watched.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, wow. And I feel like, I mean, the Chiefs' defense was okay. It wasn't like all that. Their offense wasn't all that. We just beat ourselves like the Ravens always do. Like, but I think that was the part that hurt though, man. Because like I said, I was gonna go to the Super Bowl, so you know what I mean. Plus, I was trying to win Fan of the Year, didn't win Fan of the Year, and I was thinking to myself like maybe that was a sign. Not because of me, but maybe that was a sign.
Oh yeah.
Trippy ain't win Fan of the Year, so maybe next year.
And then when we win the Super Bowl, imagine that would be insane. And then they probably take you to the Super Bowl. You get a front row ticket to watch your team win the Super Bowl.
I would love that, man.
Yeah.
I would love that.
Everything happens for a reason. I think that's gonna happen. I'm not even gonna lie.
Then you think about it, the Super Bowl back in New Orleans this year. That's the last time we won.
Yeah. I mean, everything happens for a reason. I really hope that happens for you, man.
I hope so, man. We just gotta pray and Pray we stay healthy and do it. I mean, I feel like we could do it. We just gotta put our mind to it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So we gonna see.
And I think the NFL they sensing that Super Bowl is gonna come out of Baltimore, if not AFC North, because they got the Hard Knocks on us this year.
Yeah, I saw the Hard Knocks, man. I'm gonna see if I can try to make it it's late, so I know they probably not gonna have fans out there, but I'm gonna see if I can talk to somebody, at least be out there for one. I would love to be on NFL Hard Knocks. That'd be dope, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Get a little clip on there, me talking like, hello, come on, 60 minutes, guys, you know what I mean? Like, get it right.
Yeah.
Cause I'm still gonna use my same, like that's something like, it's a Ravens thing, but it's for every team.
Yeah.
Like, I had people saying I should come out with shirts, and I was thinking about like your friend, he a Texans fan, come out with the Texans logo. It's still the same thing. Because it applies for everybody. It ain't the first 48, it's 60 minutes. Basically saying, don't just play 48, play the full 60 minutes. You know what I mean? 60 minutes.
When did that saying start? Because I remember we were blowing leads like left and right, especially that 2021 season. My goodness, like we were 8-3, and every single game we lost in the fourth.
If I'm not mistaken, it might have been that Bengals game when I first started talking to Mike, or the week after. I don't know what made me came up with it. You know, like you be watching first 48, and then it's just like, all right, 60 minutes. It ain't the first 48, it's 60 minutes. It's crazy how I came up with that, and it's just like, every time I see somebody, Trippy, 60 minutes, 60 minutes, you know what I mean? So, it's just, let the Ravens know, man, 60 minutes. I wish they would have got the memo AFC Championship game.
Yeah, but it was crazy because it was like, especially this year, because it was like, every win, we would win in the fourth, and you were like, it ain't the first 48, it's 60 minutes. And I think that really put, like, it stuck into Mike's mind. It was like, all right, yeah, we got to get it done. And not just get it done, but get it done in the fourth.
Thanks.
So, yeah, that's really dope. What do you think about this next year? Any predictions for the Ravens? I think we're going far. I always say, like, my brother and I, we always do predictions. I always say Ravens Super Bowl.
Since it's an early interview, usually I try to give, like, my prediction, like, training camp. But I'll give you a prediction. I think the Ravens will go like 12-5 this year. Win the AFC North. Probably get the number 1 seed again. And then we just gotta see how we bounce from there. We just gotta see how we bounce from there, for real, for real. Like, I feel like we can, if we could put everything together like we did last year and build off of last year. Because I feel like and even the rookies that wasn't on the team last year, anybody that was on the team last year, you should still have that sour taste in your mouth where though you want to bounce back. Yeah, we got swept by the Steelers. Now it's time to end that. You know what I'm saying? We got some tough games. If you think about it, our first 4 games, well, yeah, 3 out of 4 games is AFC opponents. And I always tell people, right, we got to win them conference games. Because if you think about it, when we start, like, that's what happened last year. We was winning our conference game. Yeah, we lost 2 against the Steelers and the Browns, but the way how it was set up, we still had a better record than all of them. So when you start off early winning them conference games, it's good because it's like, now when you go to win losses, it won't affect us. You see what I'm saying? So we start off with what? The Chiefs. If we can win that, then we come home to the Raiders. We 2-0 in the AFC. Then we go to Dallas. That's an out-of-conference game. But then we got the prime time against the Bills. So just imagine if we 3-0 in the conference already. That's a good start. Because think about it. Although I got the Bills not making the playoffs this year, you got the Bills. They was a playoff team last year. You got the Chiefs. They just defending champs. So if we can get 2 major wins against them, that's a good plus. And then I think we play like the and then we play the Bengals week 5, I believe. So now we got to get our get back because, you know, everybody's saying, well, Joe Burrow's back. This is the vet. I never understood why fans is saying the only reason why we won the division because Joe Burrow got hurt. But can't we say the same thing about the Bengals the last 2 years Lamar got hurt? Because we used to win the division. If it wasn't the Steelers, it was the Ravens. Steelers, Ravens. It was either out of our 2. It was never like the Bengals or stuff like that. You see what I'm saying? So we just got to see, man. But I feel like we're going to have a dope season this year. But like I said, I just want to see how the team can build off of last year's success and how can this team be better than the team last year. Because I feel like we was the perfect team last year. We should have won the Super Bowl. I still don't understand why we ain't winning, but you know, things happen. We can go back to the 2012 season when we won the Super Bowl. Let's go back to the following year. Remember? Lee Evans, dropped the pass. Billy Cundiff missed the kick. What did Ray Lewis say? Pick y'all heads up, man. We be back next year, same spot. And I'll be damned if we weren't there. And this year, in that year, we dominated. You feel me? So hopefully the guys just stay healthy, keep a good mindset, and we be in New Orleans. And one thing about New Orleans, it always a Baltimore takeover. I went last year, the year before. I kind of forgot I was in New Orleans until I was looking at the street signs. But other than that, I really thought I was in Baltimore. All you saw was purple on Bourbon Street, purple, purple, purple. So just imagine the Super Bowl. Even if people ain't going to the Super Bowl, just to be down there for the vibe is just be dope. You see what I'm saying? So we gonna see. I believe in Zach. I believe in Todd Monken. After hearing what he's saying, the offensive line, we gonna be good. I know we gonna have 3 new starters, but I'm looking at it like we got Voorhees. We basically got him in the 7th round. If he ain't get hurt, he probably would have been like a 2nd, 3rd round, maybe even a 1st rounder. We got to do Rosengardner, Falele, Ben Cleveland. That's guys like Ben Cleveland, Falele. That's guys that been here for a couple years. So I feel like now is their time. You know what I mean? We still got Linderbaugh and Ronnie Stanley. I think Ronnie Stanley gonna have a good year. Ronnie Stanley said this is the best he ever felt. And to be honest with you, I think Ronnie, not saying he was hurt, but I think he was probably like 70, maybe 50, 55, 60. I'm gonna say 65 to 70% last year. But at the end of the day, he still wanted to go out there and give it all he got. So we gonna see though. But I ain't really too worried, man. Only thing I'm worried about is the Chiefs. I just want to see what our offense can do. Could we just start clicking? I want to see the Ravens offense, cause like we always known for defense. Could we be known for like offense? You get what I'm saying? Like air the ball out. I want to see that 2019 season, like that first game against the Dolphins. Because Lamar definitely could throw that ball. Just got to give him time, block, and hopefully the receivers do their thing. Hopefully Bateman have a good year. I'm praying that Bateman have a good year.
Yeah. He blocked you too, though.
Oh, yeah, he blocked me, yeah.
Why'd he block you?
Because like I said, I be on Twitter just asking Raven fans. I said, Ravens fly, how you really feel about Bateman? I turn around, he blocked me. But I heard that he be name searching, so that's probably what it was. Then sometimes you got some fans, like if I post something, they quick to add a player. But if Bateman know me, man, like I said, I do photography. He still got some pictures I gave him that I was supposed to get back. I never got back. I don't know if I'm going to get them back now. But you see what I'm saying? Like, Bateman, he already know what's up. Like, I'm going to have a talk with him when I see him. I want to let him know ain't no bad blood against you.
Yeah, you all love.
I just want to see you succeed for real. And like I said, sometimes I got to watch myself on Twitter. Because like I said, it be the fans. Like, I listen to what the fans say and then I make my own opinion. You know what I mean? Like, I remember fans were saying, as long as we got 8, we good. So I'm looking at it like, if 8 wasn't really throwing the ball, why is he still here? Let's get rid of him. You see what I'm saying? That was just my opinion. But I feel like Coach Harbaugh said he's going to have a big season this year, so let's see what happens. You know what I mean? Listening to the lounge yesterday, it sounded like he's going to have a big season, but we'll never know until we see it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I look at it like, somebody said, what's a good season for Bateman? He got to like have Zay Flower rookie numbers this year. The dude only got 4 touchdowns in his whole career. And you know what's crazy? You ain't even know that, did you? Listen, I can name every game. I went to every game he scored to. His rookie year was the day after Christmas. I think this was cold. Was it still COVID season or whatever it was?
Yeah, it was.
Not the 21 season, the 2020 season.
No, it was 21 season. That was his rookie year.
His rookie. All right. He scored against the Bengals because I remember I'm a photographer. I got his first picture because I remember they had the Cincinnati Bengals mascot right there. That was his first touchdown. Then the following year, MetLife, he scored. Then he scored against the Dolphins. Remember the slant? Then he ain't scored till last Thursday, the Bengals game. And it was funny because I like the sports bet. So usually what I do is I already got my mind made up, but I like to ask fans how they feel. I said, you think Bateman gonna score today? Some of them was like, no. But the reason why I was saying I think Bateman was gonna score today, because I'm looking at it like, I think that was like week 9. And every receiver had a touchdown except for Bateman. And I just kept saying, I feel like today gonna be his day. And I told the people that was in my stand, like, I got this Bateman down, threw $50 on there to win. And I went to go use the bathroom. By the time I came back, everybody was like, "Yay, he scored!" I was just happy, you know what I mean? But I don't know. I just want to see him be more productive. Cause like I said, I've been a Ravens fan so long. Like I didn't saw the wide receivers. You know what I mean? I remember when we had Mark Clayton.
Still got his rookie card.
Martin Clayton was a dog. The only thing about it was he ain't really had no quarterback. Travis Taylor, he was cool. He had no quarterback. Who else? I always said like the best receiver that we drafted was Torrey Smith. He was a second rounder.
Oh yeah.
Then there's Zay Flowers. Maybe Bateman can be there, but I gotta just see what Bateman can do. I can't be biased. You know what I mean? Like some fans would be like, I know some fans be like, oh, but the same fans that be, I'm gonna be real with you, the same fans that be on Twitter, be like, oh, Bateman gonna have this and that. They'd be the same fans that turn on him. I remember I had some fans, like I said, I'm a photographer. When Bateman scored that first touchdown, I didn't get the first touchdown, but I got when he was celebrating. So I posted a picture. Everybody was like, no, Trippy, stay on that side. I'm like, what side? I'm on the Ravens side. So what are you talking about? You see what I'm saying? But some Ravens fans, I realized with Ravens fans, it's different age brackets. You see what I'm saying? So you'll have some that like to talk bad about you. Oh, I had one dude say, I think I know ball because I talk to the players and stuff. I never said I knew ball. I'm just the type of person where I like talking to the players. You know what I mean? Like, so that's what I like to do. Like, always. I can't wait to meet a couple rookies. You know what I mean? Derrick Henry, Lamar. I met Lamar so many times. It's like, it's crazy. I met him so many times, like out in the streets. You know what I mean? All that.
Oh, he be outside?
Yeah, he was out. He was outside like a couple years ago. It was so crazy because like I think this was like a Lamar Jackson day. And I just left my homegirl party, and my homeboy hit me like, yo, your boy Lamar down here. I'm like, let me go holler at my man. But it was funny because when I came over there, I'm like, Lamar, what's up? Like, Trippy, what's up? Dap me up, all that. And like I said, I was shocked because, like, you know what I mean? Any other body, like, if I was just a random person, he probably wouldn't even came, you know what I mean? But I try not to, like, go too overboard with it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, you just genuine. Yeah. That's what I love.
Because, like, don't get me wrong, like, I hope a lot of fans meet him, but when I'm at the players' entrance, I always try to tell fans, right, look, if you try to meet Lamar Jackson, he not coming right here. Some be looking at me like I'm crazy. But I'm just trying to help you out. It's no use of waiting right here. He's not going to come this way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
that's
how I try to keep it, man. But I got some new stuff coming up. Like I said, y'all can follow me on TikTok, Trippy_Kicka1. Trippy_Kicka is my IG. Basically anything. If you just type in TrippyKicka, you can find anything on there. My Twitter, whatever it is. Like I said, I got some new things cooking up for real. I'm going to try to start doing like little fan interviews too. Like I was telling your friend, I don't want to try to cut nobody's throat because like everybody got their own content, but I just want to do my own little thing too. Like even talk to the Ravens, or maybe just get a little interview with the players here and there.
Oh yeah, no, 100%. And they love that because they like you and they respect you. So you.
So I'm thinking about like, I think like the first day of training camp, I might try to start off with like a basketball player or something, or like a baseball player, like. You know what I mean? Something like who would you choose, or a rapper?
Yeah.
Drake or Kendrick. I might start off with that. You know what I mean? Just to get what's the name, then start posting the videos. You know what I mean? Because I got a friend, shout out my man, Deke Sports. He motivate me a lot because he do like, he interview fans and stuff. He actually talk to the players and stuff. And like, that make me want to do that too. And like I said, a lot of fans be saying, why I don't do it? So the fans want it. Why not give it for the people? You know what I mean? So I'm going to see what's up with it though.
Yeah, no, you definitely
try to get some family members on there. That's what I want to do because I want to ask family members like, how was your first experience at M&T Bank Stadium? You know, different questions like that. Yeah. Like, what's your favorite moment at the stadium? Like, is it third down? It's third down. Is it the player entrance? Is it when they what else they got? Like, or it's something else the Ravens do. I can't remember right now. Yeah, the Ravens chant, or do you like with real fan Dan do the RAVENS Ravens? That's dope. You know what I mean? So it is.
I feel that thing with Lamar. It reminded me with Joe Flacco. Like, how is it in Baltimore when they always say like Joe Flacco is elite and stuff like that? How was that? Do you think he's elite?
Playoff elite, yeah.
Regular season elite?
I mean, he was alright, but I felt like, I'm gonna be honest with you, I just felt like Cause I don't know what it is. Like, although, and it might sound crazy saying this, but hopefully people understand where I'm coming from, right? A lot of people was like trying to down talk Flacco and all that, talking about, oh, he robbed us, he stole all this money, he ain't do nothing. But at the time, we ain't really had no weapons. And then, like, after we won the Super Bowl, our offensive line was like very shitty. Like, remember, he got hurt. Then when he came back, you gotta think about, like, when you I never had a knee injury, but you know, any type of injury you ever had, like for instance, I dislocated my finger. So it's like certain things that I do, I just like, you know what I mean? I get a little scared, you know what I mean? Cause I didn't broke it out of place before, you know what I mean? Like when I get real cold, it feel funny, you know what I mean? So I just try to, I don't know, I just, like Flacco good to me. He good. I got a Flacco jersey. I'm just thankful for what he did. But like I was gonna say was, right, the thing I like about Flacco is, right, I don't pay attention to what fans say, oh, he robbed us. Because, look, Flacco's still playing in the league. Now, I feel like if he robbed us, he would have retired after he, you know what I mean? But he's still playing, so he got to love the game. You know what I'm saying? It's something about it that he loves. He's still playing. It ain't just about the money. And I think Flacco said he still got money from his Ravens contract in his account. Ain't that crazy? You see what I'm saying? But Lamar, I mean, I'm not saying Lamar didn't deserve his contract because he definitely do. But I just don't understand why fans be trying to compare Joe Flacco contract to Lamar. Joe Flacco turned down the extension. He betted on himself. He went out there and won a Super Bowl. You feel me? Now I want to see what Lamar can do. You know what I'm saying? Because not me, but you got to realize, bro, it's going to be fans out here saying, we paid that man all that money, we ain't get the Super Bowl. I'm just being honest with you. You know what I'm saying? Just like Rashad Bateman. If he don't produce, they going to feel like we wasted time on him.
That's the thing that would scare me too, because like, also with the contract thing, because if you look at the numbers, like once they get that mega deal, that 5-year, 200 whatever million, like the chance of them winning a Super Bowl, it just goes down unless you're Mahomes.
Right.
So I was really, really hoping that we could get a Super Bowl before he gets paid, and then boom. Because I still think of how Flacco kind of, well, like he kind of went like back to average like after he got that big deal, and those years from 2013 to 2017 when it was like, we were going like 8-8 every year, and it was like, man, we were struggling to get 20 points every game. That was insane. Because I remember, because my first game was Broncos-Ravens, and my first season was we winning the Super Bowl. So I thought it was going to be like that every year.
So now you like how the Patriots was, you think every year it's going to be the same thing. Yeah.
Nope. And then it's like Joe Flacco, 20 touchdowns, 10 picks. But then when we got in the playoffs 2014, I remember that, like, you know, we beat the Steelers. That was a nice game. We should have beat the Patriots. We were up 14 twice in that game. That game still haunts me because I had my friend who was a Pats fan, and we were watching the game. And we're both in 6th grade just watching it. And I was talking so much mess at 14-0. But when it was 28-14, I was talking so much mess again. I'm thinking we won, and then Brady, like that's another guy that just gets the job done every time.
But like I said though, see, that's just the way how the team is. Cause think about it, we was playing good defense. What they do? They do a wide receiver screen. He threw a touchdown. You feel me? They caught us off guard. You see what I'm saying? Now maybe like that's what I'm saying. Like I don't know, man. Like this is my opinion. Yes, that was Lamar's first year in Todd Monken's office. I feel like the second year gonna be even better. But it still bothers me how fans can say that, but we was in the AFC Championship game. You see what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't a regular season game. Like, this is the one game of what's the name? You feel what I'm saying? To get to there. So, it just kind of bothers me. But I do understand where they're coming from, though. But I feel like Lamar, you can tell, man. I just feel like this going to be his year, man. Like,
Lamar's all right. He's already a stud. He already puts in the work.
Man. Like I said, the only thing he's missing is a Super Bowl. Once he get that Super Bowl, that's the cherry on the cake right there. You feel me? Like,
yeah. And he's going to get it because he already has that dog in him, too. Like, in terms of, like, hard work, putting in the work every day, doesn't care about anyone's opinion. And, that's what I love. I'm like, bro, like, he's my favorite quarterback. It's like my favorite quarterback on my favorite team. Yeah, it's only a matter of time with him.
Yeah.
So, I can't wait. I'm gonna be there.
Yeah, I can't wait.
You're going to be there, too.
Yeah,
I
I'm
already
going to
know.
be there. I can't wait.
But,
I'm going to lose my mind, man. I probably don't wake up 2 days. I probably wake up 2 days later. By the time I wake up, it's gonna be time for the parade. But yeah, it's gonna be a ball, man. I can't wait. That's why the AFC Championship game, it was so funny because I was setting stuff up down Fez Hill and all that down Fed. Like, yeah, meet me here after the game. I'm going here. Look, I might be a little late because, I like to still talk to the players. Like, even when we lost the championship game, I was out there crying with them and all that. Couple players dapped me up. We crying on each other's shoulder.
That's real.
Because, like, that's what I do. But I can't speak for other fans, though. But what bothers me is, like, when we win, they there. When we lose, they not. Like, support them regardless. And I had to let them know, like, look, man, we get them next year. I know I feel the same way how you feel. It's you know what I mean? It's sad seeing them come out there crying. Morgan Moses. Like, some of them, like, you could tell they was crying. You know what I mean? Their eyes bloodshot red. Mike came over there and dapped me up. And I told Mike, I said, look, man, although I did make the video like, yeah, y'all, Mike say he ain't going nowhere.
Oh, yeah.
And I still get bashed for that. But at the end of the day, like, I tell people, man, it's just like a job. You might work for Amazon, right? But if you can get a job doing the same thing that pay you more, 9 times out of 10, you might take that. You see what I'm saying? And I felt like this was the best opportunity for Mike. I'm glad he took that instead of Washington, D.C. You know what I mean? So I'm just happy for him.
Yeah.
Only coach that didn't come and holler at me, but I can't wait to see him because I'm going to just let him. But I probably know why, though, because, like I said, sometimes you got them ignorant fans where as though they want to, no. I was just going to tell Tom, hey, man, I'm proud of you, man. Just thanks for what you did for the Ravens. Hey, we didn't get the goal this year, but thanks for what you did. Like, everything that you said, spacing, this and that, everything, I saw it. You know what I mean? Just like this year, he said, I need to start fast. I need to get off to a fast. I feel like that's what's going to happen. I need to get Mark Andrews and Likely on the field together. You know what I mean? Like, certain little personnel packages where as though we could be able to dominate. You know what I mean? We got Derrick Henry, too. It's going to be tough to start Derrick Henry and Lamar. Oh, then you got my man Patrick Ricard in the backfield, fullback. What linebacker going to want to go at him? Just imagine you a linebacker, right? Damn, I got to tackle Derrick Henry. Damn, I got to worry about Lamar. But you got big 42 coming at you. Come on, man. It's going to get crazy. I cannot wait till the season starts. If September 5th don't hurry up, but it's so crazy because, look, we got July, August, September. We got 3 months, man. So
yeah.
once training camp comes, it's over. I'll be at the first training camp, July 20th. I'll be there loud. I'll be there real loud.
That's gonna be dope. There was another fan that I remember you meeting, Martin Luther King, at the game. How did you find him? That's crazy.
It's crazy. Look, right? So, what game was that? Was that the
That was a playoff game, right? Texans?
Was that the Texans game they showed him on TV?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So I'm the type of I'm never one of them like bougie type. Sometimes you got certain people in the city where though they don't wanna, they act funny like So I said I want to meet him. So it was so funny when my seats was at that championship game. He literally was sitting right in front of me, bro. I lied. Like my homeboy was like, man, I gotta come over there and get a picture with Martin. You feel me? And it was crazy because he was like, I know who you is. But we started following each other on Instagram. But he's like, I know who you is, bro. And then ever since that, we've been cool. But it's so crazy because he really looked like Martin Luther King. Like, bro, it tripped me out, bro. Like, he really looked like Martin Luther King. Like,
that's what I'm saying. I remember seeing the replay and looking that way. I'm like,
yeah, man. And then it's so dope because it's Martin Luther King's daughter tweeted about it. You see what I'm saying? She said something about, yeah, he definitely favored my father or something she said. So for her to interact like that is, you know what I mean? So it was dope, man. I wish we would have won the Super Bowl. I mean, I wish we would have won that game, man. But hey, like I said, it's still gonna take me a while to get over this because I'm still hurt about 2019. I'm still hurt about the 2011 season.
Yeah.
Like, although the Ravens won the 12th Super Bowl, it still hurt because it's just think about like we got 2 Super Bowls. Just imagine how many Super Bowls we would have had right now. We would probably have about 5. While you got the Steelers burning. Oh, we the 6-time champs. But you know what I tell Steelers fans? Let's start from 96, right? Let's start from 96 when the Ravens was born. How many Super Bowls y'all got? We got the same amount, 2. See what I'm saying? You can't say 6 like you claiming championships that you didn't even see. I mean, although it's your organization though, but you see what I'm saying? Like, how many Super Bowls did you witness? I witnessed 2. Y'all witnessed 2. You see what I'm saying? So that's how it is. But it's gonna be a fun season though, man. I feel like we got the toughest division in here in the AFC North, the toughest in the NFL. So we just gonna see. I feel like it's our division. It's always gonna be our division, as long as we got Lamar. And then I feel like Derrick Henry, he hungry. So let's see. All them dogs hungry. So we gonna see. Derrick Henry lead us the way. I look at it like, man, let's just get up 21 points. and just feed that boy King Henry. Just keep feeding him. You know what I mean? Because you think about it, you keep feeding him, after a while, you're going to turn around and it's going to be something different. Like, you might do the RPO. They might think Derrick Henry getting the ball the whole time. Lamar going to roll out and throw it to Zay.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Nah, I can't wait. So
I can't wait either. So, like I said, we're going to go 12-5. I'm going to give my real prediction July 20th. I'm going to go over the schedule. But right now, 12-5 is definitely looking good. Or maybe, 14-2, 13-4. Who knows? But I know one thing. We're going to try to get that number 1 seed again. Ain't nothing like having a playoff game at the bank. You ain't got to travel, none of that. I just hope next time Ravens fly, we got to just get louder. I just feel like the bank can get louder, regardless of what the situation is, if we down bad or whatever. Just keep getting loud. Ain't nothing like a home field advantage.
Yeah, no, I can't wait, man. But hey, I appreciate you joining the YouTube
man,
channel.
Anytime, man. My guy, I appreciate you.
It was nice meeting you too. So appreciate everybody watching too. It was a lot of fun. Make sure to go follow TrippyKicka. You'll see it right here. And make sure to go follow him.
And listen to Zone 32 podcast. It's on Spotify, I'm about to say Spin Runner, Apple Music. Just listen to it. It's pretty dope.
Yeah.
Pretty dope.
I can't wait. If you like this, make sure to let me know who else we should get. And I can't wait till we watch this again when the Ravens win the Super Bowl. So,
yeah.
Yes, sir. We out.